They say money can't buy happiness, but it can buy peace of mind, and that's pretty close. Some people seem unbothered by bills, inflation, or unexpected costs. Ever wondered why? Let's pull back the curtain on the secret habits of people who never stress about money. Hey everyone, welcome back to Simple Stroke Official, the channel where we make money feel simple again. If you find value in this, hit like, drop a comment, and subscribe for weekly stories that change how you think about money forever. Let's start with the first secret. They track, but they don't obsess. They know where every dollar goes without micromanaging it. Stress comes from confusion, not numbers. When you understand your money, even chaos feels manageable. These people treat budgeting like storytelling. Every expense has a purpose, every goal has a chapter. They don't see it as restriction, they see it as design. A plan gives freedom, because freedom without structure becomes another form of chaos. Another habit, they automate everything. Savings, bills, investments, all on autopilot. When discipline becomes automatic, motivation doesn't matter. Their financial life runs quietly in the background, freeing their minds to focus on what truly matters. They also separate emotions from decisions. When prices rise, they don't panic. When markets drop, they don't sell in fear. They pause, breathe, and act based on logic. Emotional control is the real wealth they've mastered. You'll notice something else. They define enough. They know the line between comfort and greed. While others chase more, they chase meaning. The moment you define enough, you free yourself from endless comparison. That's where calm begins. They view money as a tool, not a trophy. It's meant to serve life, not the other way around. They spend on things that add real value: health, relationships, learning, and ignore the rest. That clarity cuts stress in half. They stay curious about money. They read, learn, and ask questions. Instead of saying, "I'm bad with money," they ask, "How can I get better?" Curiosity replaces fear with power. It turns uncertainty into strategy. They keep their lifestyle behind their income. When they earn more, they don't instantly upgrade everything. They let the gap grow, the space between income and spending. That's the breathing room where peace lives. Here's another secret. They don't compare. Scrolling through other people's highlight reels only breeds anxiety. They measure success by their own goals, not someone else's timeline. Comparison steals both money and joy. They practice gratitude daily. It sounds simple, but it changes everything. Gratitude reminds them how far they've come and how much they already have. You can't feel rich if you're always focused on what's missing. They keep an emergency fund, not just for emergencies, but for confidence. Knowing you can handle surprise expenses turns stress into calm. Money in the bank is like mental armor against life's unpredictability. They invest early, even in small amounts. They understand compound growth isn't about timing the market, it's about time in the market. Watching money quietly multiply builds both wealth and patience. They talk about money openly, no shame, no silence. They discuss mistakes and lessons with trusted people. Secrets breed anxiety, conversations bring clarity. The calmest people around money are the ones who actually talk about it. They buy time whenever possible, paying for convenience, outsourcing chores, or automating systems. It's not laziness, it's efficiency. They value time as their most limited asset, and they spend money to protect it. They don't chase trends. Whether it's crypto hype or luxury drops, they know fads fade. Instead, they invest in timeless principles: saving, consistency, patience. It's not exciting, but it's the reason they sleep peacefully. They have clear goals, not vague dreams, but specific, measurable outcomes. Save $10,000 by December beats save more money. Clear direction turns stress into strategy. You can't hit a target you never defined. They review their finances regularly, not out of fear, but respect. A quick check-in each week prevents big problems later. Money anxiety thrives in avoidance. Clarity kills it. They stay aware without judgment. They understand the power of simplicity. The fewer accounts, debts, and apps they jumble, the calmer their mind stays. Complexity drains energy. Simplicity builds focus. They know peace is found in less, not more. They live below their means but above their fears. They don't live cheaply, they live intentionally. Each purchase passes one test. Will this improve my future or just my mood? That question saves them from emotional spending. They maintain multiple income streams. Not all big, some small, steady, reliable. They never rely on one paycheck. Having options means less fear. Freedom grows when your security doesn't depend on one source. They build habits slowly. They don't try to fix everything overnight. They choose one small action, like saving $5 a day, and stay consistent. Small wins compound. Financial peace grows quietly through patience, not pressure. They use money to align with values. Donations, experiences, time with loved ones, these are investments too. They don't spend to impress, they spend to express. Purpose-driven spending makes every dollar feel lighter. They let go of perfection. They know slip-ups happen. A bad week doesn't ruin a good plan. Instead of guilt, they choose correction. Peace comes when you stop punishing yourself for being human. They stay debt-conscious, not debt-obsessed. They use credit wisely, never emotionally. They borrow only when it multiplies value, like education or assets, not for momentary pleasure. Debt doesn't scare them because they treat it like fire, controlled, contained, and respected. They set boundaries. They say no to financial pressure, no to unnecessary obligations, and no to toxic generosity that drains them. Protecting your wallet is also protecting your peace. Boundaries make room for stability to grow. They celebrate progress, not perfection. Every small milestone, paying off a bill, reaching a savings goal, deserves acknowledgement. Recognizing wins keeps motivation alive and stress low. They turn money into a journey, not a judgment. They stay grounded in reality. They know financial success takes time. While others chase get-rich-quick, they build stay-rich slow. This patience is what turns steady habits into lifelong security. They don't equate self-worth with net worth. They know who they are without the number on their account. That separation keeps them confident even when markets dip or incomes shift. Identity built on values, not balances, never breaks. They schedule money dates with themselves. Once a month, they check accounts, adjust goals, and plan ahead. Treating finances like self-care turns stress into strength. Money dates aren't chores, they're maintenance for peace. They avoid lifestyle creep. When their income increases, they upgrade mindsets before lifestyles. They use new money to build stability, not image. That's how peace grows quietly while others spiral chasing appearances. They invest in health. They know medical bills can ruin finances faster than bad habits. Eating well, resting, and moving daily aren't luxuries. They're money-saving habits disguised as wellness. Health is wealth in disguise. They design frictionless systems. Wallets, accounts, and apps are simple and synced. Less friction means fewer mistakes. They reduce decision fatigue so they can focus on big choices instead of daily chaos. They track happiness alongside spending. They reflect on what purchases actually improve their lives. Over time, they spend less on what drains them and more on what fulfills them. Awareness turns spending into alignment. They stay adaptable. When circumstances change, they adjust fast. Job loss, economy dips, or sudden expenses don't break them. They pivot. Adaptability keeps fear from turning into panic. They don't wait for someday. They take small actions today. Reading a book, setting a reminder, investing a few dollars. Someday doesn't exist for calm people. Today does. Movement beats perfection every time. They have mentors, not always formal, but people who model calm money behavior. Watching others handle finances wisely normalizes peace. Learning through example builds quiet confidence. They avoid drama, financial and emotional. They don't argue about money, lend to chaos, or mix finances with manipulation. Peaceful money habits come from peaceful boundaries. They set money-free zones, dinner tables, weekends, or walks, times when money talk is off limits. It keeps balance in relationships. Life isn't meant to revolve around income all the time. They give intentionally. Whether through charity or small acts of kindness, generosity reminds them money has flow. It's meant to move, not hoard. Giving creates abundance by shifting focus from scarcity to service. They know when to unplug. No endless scrolling, no chasing what others have. Mental peace equals financial peace. Disconnecting from noise helps them hear their own goals clearly again. They keep a long-term view. They zoom out when things get tough, remembering progress compounds. The calmest investors don't look at daily numbers, they look at decades. Perspective keeps them steady when others panic. They reflect often. Journaling about money fears, wins, and lessons helps them see patterns. Self-awareness turns mistakes into mastery. You can't fix what you never reflect on. They build community. They surround themselves with people who share similar goals, calm, intentional, growth-minded. Energy rubs off. The wrong circle can destroy your peace faster than a bad investment. They plan for joy. Vacations, hobbies, celebrations, budgeted and guilt-free. Financial peace isn't about deprivation, it's about control. They include happiness in their plan so life feels abundant now, not later. They forgive past mistakes. Regret wastes energy. They use it as data, not shame. Every financial scar becomes a map showing what not to repeat. Forgiveness frees focus for the future. They think in seasons, not seconds. Some seasons are for saving, some for earning, some for rest. Understanding rhythm prevents burnout. Money calm comes from seeing life as waves, not a race. And finally, they trust themselves. After all the lessons, habits, and systems, peace comes down to confidence. They believe they can handle whatever comes next. Because real financial freedom isn't about money, it's about trust in your own growth. So if you've ever felt anxious about money, start with one habit today. Maybe track your spending, maybe define enough, or maybe just breathe before buying. Small changes compound into calm. Because at the end of the day, peace doesn't come from more, it comes from mastery. And once you master yourself, money follows. Thanks for watching Simple Stroke Official. Hit like, comment your favorite habit, and subscribe for more lessons that keep both your wallet and your mind calm.